What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Jurassic Justin. Sorry for the delay. So, as it turns out, we were treated to the complete listing of the initial 37 dinosaurs at launch for the base game, not counting the Deluxe, which includes, some of my favorites, like I don't know. Suchomimus? Yeah. Anyways, so we are going to chill this music out. God, maybe. Just a little bit more here. And then we are going to discuss this listing here. So here we go, guys. Let's jump right into it, right? Alright, so what we're going to have here is the first large portion of the listing. You see that we have a lot of the expected dinosaurs: Ankylosaurus, Apatosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Ceratosaurus. What else was expected? Corythosaurus, Gallimimus is a no-brainer. The question mark. What could it be between G and K? Let's see. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. I. Could it be Indominus Rex? Now, we still have no idea how Indominus Rex will be unlocked. Is this a dinosaur that we have to go through the, science branch to unlock? Or is it just something that we can get by just unlocking maybe something that's not even that far down the pathway that talks about, maybe DNA sequencing or something. Who knows? That'll be one of the few mysteries that we have when we're going into this, because there's been a crap ton of information. Anyways, so a Operation Genesis favorite of mine, Kentrosaurus. Then we have the Metracanthosaurus, Pachycephalosaurus, Parasaurolophus, Spinosaurus, Struthiomimus, which we knew about from the initial gameplay, Triceratops, a no-brainer, Centaurosaurus, and then we got a few more lovely additions here. Tyrannosaurus Rex, that's a big no-brainer, along with Velociraptor there. Edmontosaurus, Camarasaurus, Deinonychus, Stegosaurus, Polycanthus, Dilophosaurus. Let's see. Huayangosaurus, nailed it after the third attempt. Maiasaura, Sauropelta, Nodosaurus, and then a few more that we know less about. So, if we go back to this beginning listing here, we're going to go over, in mostly, I believe, alphabetical order, some of these more unknown dinosaurs. Some of the, kind of strange critters that they put into this game that maybe we weren't expecting, right? You have like Diplodocus or Diplodocus, whatever you prefer to call it by. But it's not that unknown of a dinosaur. People know about that. And people know about, say, Chasmosaurus. It's been a toy several times in the line. So, yeah. Anywho, despite that, we'll still start there. New species revealed, always exciting. Herbivore, obviously. Another large species in the Triceratops family lineage. So pretty exciting to see. Much larger frill, smaller horns in general. Same body structure though. I imagine the animations, due to the lack of time that they had, will be basically identical to every other dinosaur from this family. Then we have the Chungchingtosaurus. I did look up the pronunciation for that. Thank you, Wikipedia. It was a smaller member of the Stegosauria family. Maximum length, 16 feet. Found in China. First specimen uncovered in 1977. And the thick plates on its back are kind of between the broad spikes that you see on the Stegosaurus and like more of a true spike like you see on Kentrosaurus. So, an interesting choice. I'm not sure what the significance of it is, or if they just really needed something else for another dig site. It's fine. Like I already mentioned, this lovely critter, back when I was not even 10 years old, this was largely considered to be the longest dinosaur to have ever existed. I do believe that it no longer holds that record. Very unfortunate, but alas, time is a cruel, cruel mistress. Then we have the Dracorex, which also belongs to the Pachycephalosaurid family. Some scientists actually do think that both this and the Stygi are different growth stages of the Pachy, and a published paper claims that the different head ornaments developed as the animal matured, which is pretty interesting. If you actually look around online, they have parts like different spikes and stuff color-coded to show the movement and evolution of them as the animal ages. Very interesting. Its full name is Dracorex hogwartsia, and that's obviously a nod to the Harry Potter series. You know, Hogwarts, the school of magic. It was roughly 20 to 25 feet long, despite only being 4 feet high. And what I found interesting was its teeth suggested that, yes, it was primarily, likely, herbivore. It did actually have some teeth that seemed to indicate that it was capable of maybe scavenging. So it was a very opportunistic creature and would have had a distinct advantage over the animals that were strictly meat or broccoli. And it was discovered in South Dakota. The Gigantosaurus, or however you pronounce it, fairly well known, gained popularity years and years ago. Fantastic to see that they've included it here like they did in Operation Genesis. It's not super obscure, but I did think it was at least mentioning because I know a lot of people were really excited to see another large theropod revealed. So, yay! Now, the most misleading name on this list, the Gigantospinosaurus. The first bones were discovered in China in 85, but not described or named until 92. And all the images from pre-2006, they have the large spines that you see that are raised on the sides there. They have them actually pointing like straight out to the sides, which, I mean, I could see how they would come up with that model because it would make their sides harder to get at. But this is also an animal that still, like the Stegosaurus, does have tail spikes, so it's not like it's defenseless. Estimations of its size put it on the smaller side of the other family members at only 13 or 14 feet and, you know, maybe 1,000 to 1,500 pounds. And skin impressions were found in 2008, which I thought was really cool, and maybe why they included this, because it was kind of an important scientific discovery as far as our scaled variety of dinosaurs goes. But it had, you know, different scale types with rosettes with a central pentagonal or hexagonal scale surrounded by 13 to 14 rigid, smaller scales, some of which were square-shaped, others were like the central scale, pentagonal or hexagonal. So I thought that was interesting, so I went ahead and included it in our video here. And I didn't go and put much information on this critter because this is one that we knew was going to be included by the time the Spinosaurus species profile came along, because, hey, the Spinosaurus went ahead and grabbed and tossed one around like a rag doll. Notable, because it was one of the first species, excuse me, where nesting was obvious, and the likelihood of actually caring for its young was also quite likely. So, very cool. Considered one of the better parents in the dinosaur world, probably due to our lack of information on other species, but I digress. Next we have the Pentaceratops. It was smaller than others in the family, but not drastically. It was still about 20 feet long, and discovered in 1921. Its name, obviously, Penta, meaning five-horned face, is in reference to the three horns, like, you know, most of the other critters in its family seem to have, you know, Triceratops. The name says it all. But also, this one was named for the two spikes just below the eye area that you can see on the side there, kind of just a little bit to the left of the eye and down below. It had a much larger neck frill. And lastly, of the kind of more obscure dinosaur species that were revealed, at least until we get more expansions and such, I do believe that Frontier will continue to add dinosaur species through DLC and such. But that is one of my favorites from Operation Genesis, the Torosaurus. It possessed one of the largest skulls of any land animals ever, measuring 9 feet from frill to end of beak, or snout, whatever you would like to call it. Adults were probably 26 to 30 feet long, putting it well within the range of the Triceratops, which is largely considered one of the largest in the family as well. And the lack of Torosaurus subadults being found, as well as some Triceratops finds showing signs of developing distinct Torosaurus frill holes, has made many scientists believe that the Triceratops is actually a juvenile form of Torosaurus. But it's still a hotly debated topic, and it does seem like there's enough evidence on the contrary to allow for the two species to remain as separate entities for now. So, that, my friends, is all that I have for you in this particular video. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. You know, actually, before we sign off here, I did want to... There were some that were still hidden on the listing, and for whatever reason I decided to ignore those. So let's make sure that we don't completely ignore these two down here. The Momentosaurus, which is another sauropod. I believe that was the one that was featured in the Lost World Jurassic Park, so it's good to see it probably making its appearance there. And then we also have the Muttaburrasaurus, which, honestly, I don't even know what the heck it is. But because it was blacked out and kind of an afterthought on the screenshot, I did not actually look into it, but hold on. What do we got here? Oh, okay. It looks like it is from the Australian region. It was an ornithopod, and let's see, 23 to 26 feet long, about 6,000 pounds, and it actually seems to resemble another close family member of its lineage, and that would be the iguanodon. So that's kind of a cool one. That'll be kind of something different. You know, not quite a hadrosaur, but also not exactly... Yeah, I mean, they're kind of hadrosaur-ish. Different family, obviously. But I think, you know, the closest animal to it looks like it would be the Maiasaura. So, but, alright. And then we will have the Fallen Kingdom DLC out the day that that movie launches here in North America, which we suspect will have Carnotaurus, Indoraptor, Allosaurus, Stygimoloch, and one or two other critters that are fairly exclusive to the movie, such as maybe Sinoceratops and such. But until that is confirmed, it is mere speculation, so take it with a grain of salt. Alright, everybody, thank you so much. Sorry we drug on a little bit there, a little longer than I intended. Appreciate you sticking around and enjoying the video, though. If you enjoyed the video, like I just know that you probably did if you're listening at this point, please do hit the thumbs up and give me a subscribe to be alerted to all future videos from the channel, and believe me, they will continue to roll in. So thank you guys so very much. I'm going to try to do another video tomorrow, and it's going to be toy related because hint hint wink wink, there is some sales going on involving the franchise, so stick around for that. Thanks, everybody, and have a great night, week, day, year, month, all of it. Deuces.